Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the most disrespectful NBA teams in history. The NBA is known for its competitiveness, but there are some teams that take things too far. From trash talking to physical altercations, these teams have earned a reputation for being some of the most disrespectful in the league. So let's start, and don't forget to like and subscribe. 1. The Miami Heat. First on our list is the Miami Heat. This team has always been known for their fiery personalities and willingness to push the boundaries on the court. From the days of LeBron James and Dwayne Wade to now, the Heat have made a name for themselves as one of the most disrespectful teams in the NBA. They are not afraid to trash. 2. Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, led by Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, were a dominant force in the NBA during the early 2010s. They won back-to-back championships in 2012 and 2013, but they also made headlines for their trash talking and confrontations with opposing players. Players like Chris Andersen and Udonis Haslem were known for their physical play and willingness to get under their opponent's skin. The Heat's Big Three were not only successful, but also one of the most disrespectful teams of their time. 3. Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors of recent years have been one of the most dominant teams in NBA history, winning 3 championships in 4 years from 2015 to 2018. However, they were also known for their cocky attitude and their disrespect towards opponents. Players like Draymond Green were notorious for their trash talking and their tendency to get into altercations with other players. The Warriors' success on the court was not always accompanied by sportsmanship, making them one of the most disrespectful teams of the modern era. 4. Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls of the 90s were one of the most successful teams in NBA history, winning 6 championships in 8 years. However, they were also known for their arrogance and their disrespect towards opponents. Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, was notorious for his trash talking and his willingness to humiliate opponents on the court. The Bulls' success was accompanied by a lack of respect for their opponents, making them one of the most disrespectful teams in NBA history. 5. Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers of the early 2000s were known for their physical and sometimes dirty style of play, which led to several on-court brawls and altercations. Led by players like Ron Artest, later known as Metta World Peace, and Jermaine O'Neal, the Pacers were a formidable team on the court but were also notorious for their disrespect towards opponents and officials. 6. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics of the 80s, led by Larry Bird, were a dominant force in the NBA, winning 3 championships in 5 years. However, they were also known for their trash talking and confrontational style of play, which sometimes led to on-court altercations. Players like Kevin McHale and Danny Ainge were notorious for their physical play and willingness to provoke opponents, making the Celtics one of the most disrespectful teams of their time. 7. Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers of the early 2000s, led by Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, were a dominant force in the NBA, winning 3 championships in a row from 2000 to 2002. However, they were also known for their arrogance and disrespect towards opponents. Players like Kobe Bryant and Rick Fox were notorious for their trash talking and willingness to taunt opponents, making the Lakers one of the most disrespectful teams of the early 2000s. 8. Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers of the late 80s and early 90s, led by Charles Barkley, were a physical and aggressive team on the court. They were notorious for their trash talking and confrontational style of play, which often led to altercations with opposing players. Barkley was known for his outspoken personality and willingness to taunt opponents, making the 76ers one of the most disrespectful teams of their time. 9. Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets of the mid-90s, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, were a dominant force in the NBA, winning back-to-back championships in 1994 and 1995. However, they were also known for their rough and sometimes dirty style of play, which led to altercations with opposing players. Players like Vernon Maxwell and Robert Horry were notorious for their trash talking and willingness to provoke opponents, making the Rockets one of the most disrespectful teams of the mid-90s. These are just a few more examples of NBA teams that were not only successful on the court but also notorious for their disrespect towards opponents. While winning may be the ultimate goal, it's important to remember that sportsmanship and respect for opponents are equally important. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe and like, and in the comment area suggest what would you like to see in the next video. Thank you for watching at Top Hoops Kings.